this area, they have encountered over 500 guns. Police say the officers involved in this shooting were not injured and will be placed on paid administrative leave. As Lozana heads into work, he says careless acts like this continue to put downtown in a bad light.
Now we have to try to clear our name and let people know that it wasn't during our hours of service or it wasn't involving us. It was just happened to be right in front of where our restaurant is, which is unfortunate.
Covering Orange County in Orlando, Spencer Tracy, WESH 2 News.
Now, as for the suspect, police say that he was in his 30s. They say he had a criminal record with 3 prior misdemeanor arrests, all drug related. Police have not released his name as of just yet. All right, taking a live look out the door on this beautiful Easter Sunday. This is over in Daytona Beach. It is a nice, warm, but very dry day. Our first morning meteorologist, Marquise Mita, is joining us right now. Several burn bans are in effect right now, but talk about some gorgeous weather for any Easter egg hunts out there.
Oh, absolutely. It was phenomenal this afternoon. Temperatures are still trending warm, but it's the combination of the warm weather, breezy conditions, and low relative humidity that do have red flag warnings in place. Now, these are likely going to expire at 7 o'clock, but they've been in place since noontime today across our westernmost counties. We're talking about Sumter and also Polk, where we've had those gusts surge up to 25 miles per hour, paired with the dry weather in place. Now, as you move further east, we still have burn bans, including Volusia County, where we just had that tower cam shot for you. So I know it looks amazing outdoors, but no need to spark up the grill anytime soon because we do have the burn bans in place for Volusia, Lake Orange, Seminole, and Polk counties currently. And as we mentioned, it's a combination of the heat, the wind, and the dry air in place. The further west you go, the drier the numbers are. We're taking a peek at your relative humidity, which with that East Coast sea breeze sits at 33% in Ocala. But once the temperatures start to come down, your relative humidity will rise, and that'll open the door for us to expire those red flag warnings out west. But here's a look at the current temperatures. You see the upper 80s in Ocala, the Villages in Wildwood, upper 70s across the coast, but it will be a warm evening and an even warmer work week coming our way. We're taking a look at when we can return to the 90s coming up next time I see you.
We've been talking about those dry conditions all throughout Central Florida. Out in Palm Coast earlier this morning, crews battled this brush fire along US 1 North. The fire was burning in a wooded area, but was quickly brought under control before that fire could spread any further. And as Marquise mentioned, happening now, there are several burn bans in place, again in several nearby counties. WESH 2's David Jones is joining us live from Seminole County. What are conditions like out there?
Luana, they're dry out here. We're at Seminole County Fire Station 42 in Geneva. This is one of the county's fire stations that is ready to handle any kind of major fire events happening. They've got equipment like this water tender here behind me ready to spring into action, as well as additional staffing in place during, like Marquise was saying, this extremely dry period. Now, Seminole County is just one of a number of counties in our region to come under a burn ban just in the past week alone. Now, we did see a brush fire spring up in Osceola County just a few days ago, but a burn ban is not in effect in that county. But coming back to Seminole, a burn ban came into place as officials kept an eye on an index of dryness in the county. Seminole now joins a host of other counties, including Volusia, Orange, Lake, and Polk, banning burning in your yards. The extremely dry conditions, combined with the hot temperatures and the lack of anticipated rainfall, makes for the perfect storm for fires to grow out of control.
If you can try to clean up around the house, try to clean up the yard debris, keep your grass mowed so it doesn't get tall. If you have the ability, if you're pretty close to the woods, if you have the ability to try to thin those woods out, it'd be a good time to do that now, trying to lower that threat. Usually you want at least a good 30-foot to 50-foot buffer from any vegetation from the side of your house to the woods.
Kevin Beavers with the Seminole County Fire Department says some things that would be helpful for both property owners and for firefighters include clearing debris from your yard and gutters and holding off on burning the debris once you clear it until the burn ban is lifted. Beavers did mention that just because the fire may look like it's out, there are still embers that could be burning for even hours or days after you set that fire in your backyard to clear out that debris, and those embers can be picked up by the wind and carried a distance. Covering Seminole County, live in Geneva, David Jones, WESH 2 News.
And just days after a mass shooting killed 2 people and hurt 6 others, classes at Florida State University are set to resume tomorrow. The university's president says a remote option will be offered for several courses to accommodate those who may not be ready to return to campus. For classes where a remote option does not make sense, professors will be reaching out about alternatives. All mandatory attendance policies are being waived for this week.
Our thoughts remain with the families and friends who lost loved ones and with those who were injured and are now recovering. This tragedy has shaken us all. Please know that we are all here for you. You are not alone.
Students and other members of the FSU community held prayer circles at the memorial for the victims just yesterday. WESH 2 has been covering this shooting at Florida State since it happened. You can learn more about the victims and how they are being honored right now on our website at wesh.com. Orange County leaders are set to meet this week to discuss redistricting plans. The next meeting will be the 5th of 8 planned to address the proposal. This is a look at the first public draft of how 2 new districts could be added. The public can also go online to create their version of what an 8th district or 8th district Orange County could look like. Wednesday's meeting is scheduled to start at 6 p.m. at the West Orange Recreation Center in Winter Garden. Turning now to the hardwood, breaking news. The Orlando Magic have fallen in Game 1 of the playoffs. Not so great news there. The game just wrapping up now within the last 10 minutes, and they put up a fight, but it just wasn't enough. WESH 2's Kristen Lago is joining us live from TD Garden with the very latest. Kristen?
Well, we knew this was going to be an uphill battle for the Orlando Magic, taking on the reigning champion Boston Celtics, a team that, as we talked about all week long, is just so deep from top to bottom and so efficient offensively. And we saw all of that in tonight's Game 1 win, a 17-point win for the Celtics. However, to the Magic's credit, their stars showed up and showed out. Paolo Banchero leading the charge, a double-double from their franchise player, 35 points and 11 boards. Franz Wagner adding 23. The only problem was that no other Magic player really showed up, and you can't do that against a team like the Celtics. With this loss, the Magic have a lot to work on with the next 2 days of rest. Coming up in sports tonight, we'll hear just what they've learned from Game 1 and what they need to fix in Game 2 coming up later this week. Covering the Magic in Boston, I'm Kristen Lago, WESH 2 Sports.
Still ahead tonight, a local man is lacing up his sneakers for a very good cause. Why he's using the Boston Marathon to raise thousands of dollars.
Monday morning, jury selection begins in the resentencing for the Xbox murders.
And we're back to the 90s to start the work week.
Start your day with WESH 2 News Sunrise, starting at 4:30 a.m.
Welcome back. An Orlando man is among the thousands of runners racing tomorrow in the Boston Marathon. Jim Miller is trying to raise $100,000 on behalf of the American Liver Foundation. He says picking this charity is personal to him.
My dad died of fatty tissue liver disease in 1999. My dad was a hero to me. And I lived in New England at the time, always watched the Boston Marathon, and chose the American Liver Foundation as a charity to get a bib to officially run my first marathon ever in Boston.
Miller says this will be his 300th marathon ever and his 17th time running in the Boston Marathon. Best of luck to him. Wow, way to go. All right, let's talk about what is going on outside. Definitely a beautiful day. Maybe not for running a marathon, a little too warm out there, but a nice day to go out and do an Easter egg hunt, and very dry, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think the kids hunting for Easter eggs would have a lot more fun in these temperatures than marathon runners.
Yeah,
because
not good.
We were back in the upper 80s today, eclipsing the 90s in some areas. And it's the warm and dry air in place that is prompting a high fire danger threat here in Central Florida, especially for our inland communities. High outlined by this shade of orange, which stretches from Sumter through Lake, Volusia, Orange, and also Seminole County. You see as you move further out towards the east, though, across I-95, it's only a moderate threat, and that's because we're a little bit wetter out in these areas in regards to the moisture in the air. That East Coast sea breeze has been a predominant feature in the forecast so far this weekend, and that's just allowed for a little bit of moisture for our coastal communities. Now, nevertheless, though, the fire risk, it's going to stay high for the next 7 days because we're not looking at any strong chances for rain showers. And winds actually pick up as we move throughout the work week, and the relative humidity stays just as low, but temperatures, they are going to be increasing slowly over time. Here's a look at the winds late this afternoon. You see they're a little bit quicker as you're east of I-4. That sea breeze is coming in. It's also prompted rip current concerns along our beaches, but winds are anywhere between 10 and 15 miles per hour once you move east of the I-4 corridor. So we'll take you out to New Smyrna Beach. You guys had a red flag, a high rip current risk today, and it's because of winds like this from the east and southeast at 15 miles per hour. Temperatures were back in the 80s earlier. We're cooling down just before sunset, but no clouds in sight as you are perfectly clear here at 6:17. Here's a look at what to expect overnight, or as we move towards the midnight hour. Comfortable conditions are back, mostly clear skies overhead as we're still influenced by an area of high pressure. And as we walk out the door early on Monday morning, temperatures are fairly uniform, back in the mid and the upper 60s for the majority of us here in Central Florida. But what we're watching out for throughout the work week are rising temperatures, returning to the 90s as you move in.